What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid-trance. We're going to listen to another tune by Kai Franz, or Kai Franz is his real name, though it's under one of the aliases he used very early on. Indeed, Kai Franz, most famously known as Kai Franz, when he got started in the early to mid-90s, he was making like really fast, hard acid trance. Under names like Acut Genius, and we're going to listen to Acut Genius. This is the second Acut Genius release. Both of the records were in '95. The first Acut Genius release, which I did react to the title track of that one, which is Formic Acid. It's a brilliant tune, and also check out my Electrical Signals mix here on my channel, which starts with that track. It's a brilliant tune, and it's funny because he then, like a year later, I think 95, maybe even later in 95, he started making some releases as Formic Acid, like as the artist name. So yeah, the Acut Genius and Formic Acid stuff, as well as, there's another name that he released hard acid trance from the mid-90s under, but bottom line, that's like my favorite stuff from him. I like the Kai Franz stuff that came like later 90s and early 2000s. It's cool, but to me his very best stuff is Acut Genius and Formic Acid. So as I mentioned, this is the second Acut Genius release. It's also 1995. It's on the Acid Test label, the German one, not to be confused with the Acid Test label in the UK, which is run by Acid Ted. But yeah, bottom line, this is a mid-90s record. I think it's from Germany. I think, yeah, that's right. Like I said, it's a German label, Acid Test. I'm just trying to remember. It's a division of Dance Lab. But yeah, it's a former German acid trance and hard trance label. Is it? What's the other name? I'm wish I could remember the other name that he made tunes under. Oh, it's WOW. It's like WOW, but like acronym. Apparently standing for Words of Wisdom. So yeah, again, his releases from the mid-90s on the Acid Test label, I think that's some of the very best stuff. In any case, let's get it. This is a tune called Evolution. And unlike Formic Acid, which is a real driving, like wicked piece of acid trance, this is still energetic, acidic, and driving, but it's more melodic and it's not quite as psychotic. So yeah, let's get it. This is Acut Genius, and the tune is Evolution. I have another mix, I think it's on the channel already, that starts with this track. I'm trying to remember what it is. Tracing the Path. I'm not sure if it's up on the channel yet. If not, I'll get it up soon. You can hear it in the context of the mix. Little touches there. Whoa. Gurgling, churning acid bass line. Elasticity along with the electricity of the acid bass is very notable. Sounds like it's being stretched, like twisted. That layer is major difference from Formic Acid and this. Like, again, just a little bit slower, but up to that point, it's energetic, it's driving, it's in the same vein, but there's nothing that melodic in the Formic Acid track. these tracks, all these various acid trance tracks I've been reacting to in mixes over the years. I hear these parts and I hear Sagan's voice because I've used the tracks and sampled Sagan and others so many times. Sort of like oscillating nature of that acid riff. And the hat is very like tight and precise. It's like a click hat. This big extraterrestrial pad. Acid pushing north. Very much as like a continuation of the first Acut Genius release. But all the melody and all the sort of synth touches above this track, it makes this one different from the first release. I guess what I'm saying is I would use this and the tuned formic acid in very different types of acid trance mixes. I was trying to remember, is it the acid riff or is it the melodic beat, the beat melody that comes back first? There's your answer, but make no mistake, that beat melody it will return. both worlds. It's wicked and acid sharp, but it's also just smooth and melodic. It's a brilliant set opening tune, but as you can hear here, a great set closing tune as well. Just the vibes, and then once again, I like all of Kai Franz's material. He came back like, okay, so like mid-aughties. It seemed like he stopped producing for several years. And then he came back, I want to say like early 2010s, and a lot of it was like kind of like a tech house, like tech electro, like a little bit of acid sort of vibe. It was a different flavor, which nothing wrong with that. Artists are allowed to explore different avenues and so on, of course. It wasn't quite my favorite though, compared to stuff he had done back in the day, as they say. But yeah, I think he's producing more like straight away acid again. I forget who it was. Someone shared me a track that he had been working on, or that he had put out not too long ago, maybe like a year or two ago. And it had more of an old school acid flavor, even if it wasn't, quite like this sort of like mid 90s, again, 95 hard trance. But yeah, bottom line, a great tune. I love the intensity of the acid, and sort of, that keeps kind of pushing a little bit higher and higher, squelchier and squelchier. But also the melody, like it just has this, again, kind of Beauty and the Beast thing, where it's like, it's wicked, it's got like, energetic acid work, but it's also sort of smooth, because it's not just that beat melody, it's that sort of like elegant kind of ethereal pad. So yeah, the cumulative effect is very impressive. So yeah, it's a tune I've always enjoyed. But yeah, I think he only released 2 records as Acut Genius. Formic Acid, there were a few more. I think I have every one except for one. But yeah, Endless Dreams, which is, I'm trying to remember if that's like the title track, or if that's like, bottom line, we'll go through some of the Formic Acid stuff, meaning tunes with the artist name Formic Acid, not the track name Formic Acid by Acut Genius, though we're all talking about the same person. In any case, yeah, I'll go through some of the Formic Acid material, and so I'll refer to that record I just mentioned when we get there. Do let me know what you think about this. I will see you next time.